Hello, I'm Captain Karen Elgersma at Legends Comics and Books, and you're watching Go Island on ShawTV. On today's show, we meet the newest comic book superheroes, the Monster Sisters, and an Italian-Canadian merchant is creating authentic ways to conceal your identity. All that and much more. Go Island. The one you've been waiting for, the amazing Spider-Man. I can't wait to open it, but I'm not going to because I am here with Glenn at Legends Comics. We are talking about an event that's going to happen this weekend, and everyone's invited. It's one of those events that will take you back in time to your childhood, to a time where you would just lose yourself in your favorite comic book. Glenn, let's start with the Comic Expo that's happening. What are people going to experience when they come?
They're going to find a place where they can find comics like from the hot comics of the recent ones and the hard to find comics that haven't been around out of print for numbers of years.
Because there's collectors there, and they bring their comics and they sell them and they trade them, and you have an opportunity to meet people, talk about their favorite comics. And the event is free. Yes, it is. Give me some examples of some things that people will see when they come. You know, some one of a kind or some really unique collections.
There's lots of comics that are coming from, there's a few dealers that are coming from Vancouver that usually come over, and one person, he usually deals with Golden Age and Silver Age comics, so he won't see too many of them. So if there's anything you've been looking for a long time, he's probably the person to talk to. And there's other people that deal with comics that are the hard to find stuff that's just come out recently.
You've probably heard of Batman, Spider-Man, and all of those sort of famous comic books. But have you ever heard of, dun dun dun, the Monster Sisters? Well, it is the brainchild of the very creative, very talented local Victorian artist who actually is the owner of Legends, where we are right now. And he has a new book that he has just published. Our very own Meg Cuthbert sat down to talk about the Monster Sisters. Come down to Legends, pick up a copy of Monster Sisters. It's a great way to actually learn about the history of Victoria, some fun facts, and I always love it when a local person creates something so well done. It always inspires me to do better as an artist. Another thing that inspires me to do better as an artist is when I sit down and talk to some people who create amazing festivals in this city, including the Comic Festival. And we sat down with Glenn to talk about what's happening and how you can get involved.
If you're interested in collecting, there's lots of stuff that's really inexpensive to collect, dollar books or less, that you can try out things that you don't have to
Invest a ton of money.
Yeah, invest a ton of money into.
It's interesting because I have an 11-year-old son, and he loves Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Big Nate, and they're all books that are comic-based. So they're stories, but they're all like little comics in it. And yet, he doesn't own a lot of these kind of comics. Would this be a fun event to take your children to?
Yeah, there's lots of comics like Walt Disney stories, Walt Disney comics and stories, Donald Duck, Mickey Mouse, stuff like that, and Archie and things like that that young people will be interested in reading.
How many of your favorite characters from the comic books you grew up on had some sort of identity that they were secret or mysterious? They wore some sort of mask or costume themselves. Well, there's an artist, an Italian-Canadian artist, right here in Victoria, that is covering Victoria with an air of mystery and elegance. James Green with that story. I have a challenge for you, Gio Franco. What if you created a Venetian mask for a villain or a hero in a comic book? Wouldn't that be fantastic? If you do want to get up close and personal with these beautiful Venetian masks, you can find Gio Franco at 2 different markets, Ships Point Market, either Thursday or Friday night, or Bastion Square Market on Sundays. Now, we have to take a very short break, but go nowhere. When we come back, we're going to continue our conversation with Glenn about this weekend's Comic Fest, and we're going to improve your golf game. You know what I love about all the different comics that are out there is the visual storyboard. It's like they use so many different techniques to bring you right in and show adventure and emotion. It's so brilliant, so clever. Make sure you check out the Comic Fest this weekend. It's really a lot of fun, and you might accidentally become obsessed and start collecting. I'm already thinking that I'm gonna walk away with a few things today. We have to take a very short break, but go nowhere. When we come back, we're gonna be talking about one of the hottest industries to get into and more right here at Legends Comics. Why not explore the world of comics, bring your kids, bring the kid inside of you, and come to the Comic Expo. So let's just remind everybody where it is and how they can be part of it. Comic Expo is this weekend?
Sunday, August 24th at the Comfort Inn and Conference Center. It's 3020 Blanchard Street. And it's free to get in, and it starts at 11 in the morning to go until 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
And there's also free things available. So come, make an afternoon of it. It really is a nostalgic experience, and it's fun to introduce your children to comics that they did not know existed. Yes, absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Glenn, for joining us today. It's so fun. I love being in Legends. It's like you just want to go in a corner with a stack of comic books and say, everyone leave me alone. Give me a couple hours to read them. I hope to see you this weekend at the Comic Expo. We will see you soon.
Women's clothing provided by Tulip Noir. Casual designer fashions. Men's wardrobe by DG Bremner & Co. Menswear and accessories. Hair services provided by Salon J.